should be live. If you'd be ever so kind to check for me.
I'm checking.
Where did I put the link to
Yeah, we are live.
Okay, cool. You can hear me? I made sure to change my microphone source.
I'm checking.
That sounded like a yes.
You're a lot quieter than me. You may want to check your input settings on that screen.
Okay. Sorry, what did you say? Am I too loud?
No, you're not loud enough.
Oh, no. Okay.
I'm louder than you.
Welcome everybody in the chat. My microphone's pretty fucking turned up, to be fair. Drop the desktop audio down.
No, you're not loud enough.
Drop the desktop audio down a bit more. I'm not used to being the one streaming. This is unusual. I suppose we want to turn up the volume for Discord a little bit for you as well. Can barely hear you, says Casper. Okay, how am I sounding now? My volume's been turned up a fair bit more. Although that's dropped very low. Or was I just not talking clearly enough, maybe?
No, you're still pretty low, Aaron.
My volume's
just make sure
pretty much at like 90 there. Let me turn it. That's at 1. That's at 100%.
Okay, you're a bit louder now. Did you adjust your mic level in Streamlabs?
Yeah, it's 100% in Streamlabs.
You're barely hitting the yellow there.
No, I'm just about in the blue, barely hitting the yellow. I'm towards the top of the blue.
That's where you should be. Yeah.
Okay, now let's pop back in the game and turn that game volume down because that was
I'm
very
a bit
loud.
So bring me down on Discord just like a tiny bit.
Okay, and on Discord down a bit. Bring you back down to 100 on Discord. There you are. You're back down to 100 now.
Okay, that should be good.
Okay, and I just want to turn down the game volume because that was fucking loud.
Hello everyone, sorry we are, I hope you always enjoy listening to our little audio attempts here, getting it right before we start. Welcome to the Bubbles.
Okay, I've turned the master volume down on the game a lot more. Is that okay? Because you can probably still hear the menu music, can't you, at the minute?
I think I'm a bit low now. I think you turned me down too much.
Oh, I can't bloody win. Hang on. I turned you down to 100 from 120. I'll put you on 110. Okay, 110 now.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
You're just about hitting the blue on the desktop audio. Although I bet you can't hear the game music now, can you? Can you hear the game music now?
No, I could a second earlier. Everybody's thinking we're playing AVP 2.
Okay, if I switch across now, obviously there's a delay for you. Let me know if you're hearing music.
Well, I'm not going to be able to hear, since I have to have the volume down.
Oh wait, no. Chat's saying they can hear it. Awesome. I think we are good to go then. Trip says, is this the live recording of Colony War I've been waiting for? No, it certainly is not.
Aaron, just stream it to Discord too, because I can't have the volume up if I'm on YouTube.
Hang on. Although that, hang on a second, because that's... I'm not seeing the movement. Welcome Xander, welcome Sarah. I'm not seeing the actual movement on the stream. Good lord, why is everything so friggin' awkward?
Yeah. Welcome to my nightmare that I had a few weeks ago.
It's all set up, it's looking at the right source. And now there's 1,000 fucking ads on YouTube. Come on, skip. Yeah, it's not showing the menu stuff that it should be showing.
Well, it's it's on the menu on my end.
Yeah, but there should be movement behind it. So we don't want game capture, go away. We want display capture. We want that looking at that monitor. Okay, I've just seen it flip back over. Oh, fuck's sake. Okay, let's relaunch
This
that.
game not play nice with streaming?
Well, I've just got it on desktop capture.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I tried that too with AVP2 and didn't help me.
So yeah, we're seeing my monitor there. We're seeing mouse movement. So let's just see what happens now. Yeah, it's only showing the first thing. Why is life so fucking difficult? Okay, that's... Right, sorry folks. Every fucking time. Every
See
time.
the epilepsy warning.
Say again?
I saw the epilepsy warning.
Yeah, then it's stuck on that and that's it.
Oh. Yep.
Should we do screen capture instead of monitor capture? And we'll capture that screen instead of display.
Good morning, Hunter. And thank you for your patience, everybody.
There we go. I've fucking done it. We're good. We're good.
I did it. Oh, we'll see.
I just wanted to show off this little rotation first. Well, you should see it. Okay, yeah, I see the delay now on YouTube. Okay, cool. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Xenoplays. Is that Hunter? Xenoplays?
Yes. Now stream it to Discord.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Otherwise, it'll be quiet for me for 2 hours.
That's how I do it when I'm watching you.
Well, it shouldn't be that way.
Stream to Discord. If it neuters me, though.
There won't be any neutering, I promise.
There you go.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Are we live?
Okay.
How do I...
You just join the stream, don't you, on Discord?
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Are you happy? Are we good?
Yes, I'm happy. I'm a happy boy.
Right. So, here we go. So, we are playing today Aliens Eradication, which is a total conversion mod for Doom 2, which is built off the back of Aliens The Ultimate Doom, which is another Aliens TC for Doom. So it's like using all the bits and pieces that previous mod had done. So a lot of the work in this is thanks to that earlier mod. I don't fully know exactly where everything's pulled from, but I know there's some relationship between the two, and I know it's built on top of each other. I've included a link to the mod on ModDB in the description, so folk can head on there and download it. If they would like, Adam, if you don't mind just bringing that open for me as well, just to get the author details, because I can't remember them off the top of my head.
Yep. One moment.
Sarah says, booking my tickets for the Derby Quad Marathon. Yeah, I'll be doing that soon. That's a ride for you, isn't it, Sarah? I bet. Yes, so in this game there are 4 classes you can play as. The game recommends not playing as a colonist for your first times through, because that's supposed to be more of a survival kind of experience. There's the mercenary. There's the the Yutani operative, which is the lovely ape suit, which you know is what I'm going to be playing as. And then there's the combat synth. So each have different classes, different objectives, and different experiences. I've only played through this briefly. So I played this once in the past. Played through this once in the past, but only briefly. I didn't make it very far, and I played through this briefly this morning when I was trying to figure out how the fuck to load a custom Doom mod. It took me far longer than I'd like to admit it took me to get it working, but once I figured it out, I got there.
So to answer your question, Aaron, the developer for this is Payload Games, and it is using Contra Commando's Aliens Trilogy Ultimate Doom mod as its base. I'm looking for the original author.
It was Contra.
Oh, okay. That's who you were looking for. Okay, well, good. Yeah, I was pretty impressed when you showed this to me. Definitely Alien Trilogy vibes, but it feels like if you were to do a modern remaster of Alien Trilogy, it would look like this.
Yeah. So, as the Yutani operative, secure the site for the company, kill all witnesses and eradicate any Xenomorph presence. Use your drones to survey and attack nearby targets. Your heavy armor and face shielding protect you from face huggers, but their acid blood is still dangerous. Await orders upon completion of mission. You know what? The face shielding is a very good reason for me to play this, because it's an alien game and face huggers love me.
Unfortunately, I think people can't hear the game right now, Aaron. Is
I've
that what you guys...
I've only just loaded into it, so you should be hearing rain and atmospherics at the minute. Chat, are we good? Can you hear rain and wind?
Well, just shoot your gun for a second.
Just waiting for confirmation from chat here.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Well, it says... Oh. It's just Caleb saying crank the audio.
Maybe just up the audio in the game just a little bit.
Okay, I shall turn the master volume up a little bit more.
A tiny bit. There you go. Yeah, it's only on like...
Oh no, that's because it's fucking loud for me.
Okay. Yeah, 40 should be good.
Okay, let's go.
But yes, hello everybody. Thank you for bearing with us as we start.
So our objectives here are to kill all the humans, basically. 22 colonists to eliminate and 7 mercenaries to eliminate. And I think this is the first of 8 levels, I think?
Goddamn mercenaries, man.
And it spawns us in outside of Hadley's Hope. Oh, yeah, where's the processor? There, in the far distance. Already off the bat, I'm absolutely impressed with this. I think it looks fantastic straight off the bat. So, where's the map? No, that's music. I forgot about that. There's the map. Okay. So this is the outside bit. And I forget how to navigate Doom maps. But... Right, so like I said, I haven't really played much of this. This is pretty much a first playthrough. I had about 10-15 minutes on this morning once I figured out how to get it all running and streaming happily. Oh, there's a torch as well, yeah.
I will say he definitely needs a map that is not all beige.
I don't think this has been updated in about 5 years. I think 2020 was the last upload of this.
Hmm.
TCs were never something I really got into.
Yeah, I think the first PC of my own was a laptop for school. It was a Toshiba, but it could actually play video games pretty well. And that's when I really got into AVP 99 and eventually AVP 2. But I think Quake 3 was my first big PC shooter that I really got into. But as a kid, yeah, as a kid, I had moments where I would play Doom or Doom 2 on someone else's computer, and it always scared me. Like, Doom always had a really creepy vibe to me, even though going back to it now, it doesn't seem that creepy. I mean, more so Doom 3 and 64 maybe, but...
Doom, the OG games I never found scary. You know, Doom, the first one was the first game I ever played, ever. You know, around the age of 5, and I never found it scary.
Doom was your first game?
Yeah.
Ever?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I was playing games younger than you then. I was like Sesame Street on the Philips CDO or some shit.
Well, it was... yeah, I would have been about 5, 1995. So, that is a drone that the Wayland... the Yutani operative has access to, and it is amazing because it just goes around and beasts everybody. It's killing a load of facehuggers for me. This was something I did discover when I was playing earlier. It was this little section, which is obviously quite inspired by the Prometheus drone. I mean, this mod is obviously helped very much by the assets that it has ripped from Alien Trilogy. You know, thanks to that Contra base. But that's not to say, not to be a detriment towards it, because, you know, it's using them very well.
Yeah. This just, it so makes me want to see an Alien Trilogy release from Night Dive or something.
Oh yeah. Although it was a game I never finished. I got to the third bit on the derelict, or the bone ship as they like to call it in. I couldn't figure out how to get up there.
In Trilogy.
Yeah, the bone ship in Trilogy. So I never got around to finishing it.
Lucy asks, "How are you both, gents?" Aaron, how are you? How are you doing?
Not bad today, thank you. Pretty chill day. like I said, spent a good chunk of this morning dicking around with this. Finished one of the missions on Concrete Jungle that had been kicking my ass. So that was nice. That game has got hard now.
What mission was kicking your ass?
1,000 Ways to Die. 8.1 or 8.2.
Is that one in the future or the past?
In the future. There's only been about 3 or 4 missions in the past.
There will be more, I think.
Well, I mean, it was the start mission, and then it was the ones where you went back in time and killed the... I forget the guy's name, the Mafia boss.
Bruno Borgia.
Yeah, Bruno, in the museum.
Yeah, the Xenoplace has also been playing through that one and streaming it on Twitch. I think is your main streaming channel now. I remember a TV series called 1,000 Ways to Die. That one was fun.
I've not heard of that one. What was that one?
Exactly what it sounds like. It was talking about well, it was like dramatic reenactments of like crazy ways people have actually died. I think some were fictional, but I think it was on like Spike TV or something. So like,
wasn't that the gaming channel?
Kind of like late night edgy shit channel. I don't know.
Oh, that's not good for me. Wait, no, I'm invulnerable to him. I'm good. I don't need to panic.
You're invulnerable to him?
Yeah, because of my face shield. Facehuggers can't insta-kill me. The other classes it insta-kills.
Can they get through your face shield though if you don't like do anything about them?
No, the guidance says I was impervious to them.
That's good.
Oh, is this going to take me... So, like I said, I played a little bit. So I have some idea of the immediate.
No Style Dutch says, I saw Wyatt Weed, Boar Predator, who played Boar Predator at a film festival yesterday. I'm too shy to say anything, but the people I was with knew him, and he seemed like a nice guy. Yes, he's a very nice guy. We had him on our podcast
many years
quite a while ago at this point.
About 5 years ago. It was when we just started doing visuals to the podcast, which was just around COVID.
Yeah, but he signed some high Boar Predators for us, so that was fun, and he was just a super nice guy. I remember that being a really fun interview. Caleb says that vent wouldn't have been a problem for Duke Nukem.
Yeah, they just kicked you through.
Xenomania Germany says, what's up? Hello, hello. Thanks for joining us.
Colony alert system. Beware, some of your fellow colonists may be infected by a dangerous parasite. Quarantine those with symptoms. Ah! That's fucking rude. That's fucking rude.
Is that one of those mercenaries? Oh,
yeah. I think there's another 2 in there. And this is a auto turret. I can't remember what the key is to deploy them though.
Lucy says, guess what I'm premiering tomorrow night?
I don't know. Have you been working on something, Lucy? We haven't set something for turrets. J. Nothing can be using J, right? Okay. Remember that, Adam. J for turrets.
No Style Dutch says, by the way, thanks again, Hicks, for checking out that rough cut. Appreciate the feedback. Hope it was enjoyable for you. Yeah, I need to check that out as well, No Style Dutch, and I will do that soon.
Alright, you ready for this? Because this is a little set piece that I've already seen. Just literally a room full of eggs and facehuggers. It shipped me up when I was playing it before. I love that little drone thing. I really do.
Yeah.
I love me some pups. But then again, this is about where I stopped playing. Ooh, looks like a secret area. Can I get through there?
Xenomania Germany says, would love to do a podcast with you someday in the future. I do German videos about the Alien and Predator franchise. Yeah, we'd be having to look into that.
Sorry, I'm cheesing it there, and I didn't mean to do that. Caleb says Jorix. J for Jorix.
No Style Dutch says, I'll send you the most recent one. Ridgetop now needs color grading and sound mixing. So apparently we got a score being developed. Getting fancy over here. Nice, yeah, I look forward to watching it. Xenomania Germany asks, is this a Doom mod or an Alien Trilogy mod? This is a Doom mod for Doom 2, but it uses a lot of Alien Trilogy assets.
Which is, I mean, to be fair, it's why it looks so good. Really. Which I like. I mean, do you think that's lazy game making, or do you give the
using the Alien Trilogy assets?
Yeah.
No, I mean, if it was like a whole team getting paid, maybe, but I assume this is like probably one or two people doing this as a passion project, you know, with their own time and resources. And Alien Trilogy is pretty beloved, I think, so. But this also has its own unique kind of visual flair. So
it still has a lot of that Doom flair to it as well.
Yeah. Well, I think, are these the AVP2 vents? They kind of look like them.
They do. They look very similar. I can't really remember what the can't really remember what the vents look like in Trilogy. Do we ever really go in vents in Trilogy? I genuinely can't remember.
But there are some pretty impressive fan games. Like, I know one of the first that really blew me away was that Prometheus mod by John and Vaughn. We had him on the podcast quite a while back as well.
This is good level design as well. I'm very much enjoying.
Yeah, that's another thing. Is like Alien Trilogy, as good as it was, I got lost a lot in that game.
Lucy says she got early access to the Alien 3 4K project.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that.
Me too. Oh no,
I need to get that and cast it on my TV or something. So I've never seen Alien 3 in 4K. Well, even though this is like upscaled to be 4K, right?
God damn it.
We still need an actual 4K release.
There we go. Oh. Sorry.
Susie Bubble says, I got stuck in Trilogy a lot. Yeah, me too. I remember when I was younger, I used that level skip option or cheat quite a bit.
Like I said, I mean, I made it through to the Derelict, and I don't know why I stopped playing it. But to be fair, I sometimes struggle with older games. Because I don't think they tend to... I don't want to say I'm an idiot and I need my hand holding or anything.
Older games are hard, dude. Like, a lot of them. Like, unreasonably hard.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, just look at Alien Resurrection for PS1. Like, most people have really good things to say about that one, but most people say the difficulty actually ruins the game.
Oh, ah! Fucking hell, that was... Oh, and another one. Came down from that broken window. That was impressive. We now have a broken vent. Okay. Xenomania Germany says I got pink acid boots on.
Isn't that the cheat?
Yes.
The trilogy?
The iconic alien cheat, that is.
Sissy Bubbles says older games with no saves or very limited saves. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing another old game recently called Terminal Velocity, which was kind of like one of those descent games, like the 6 Degrees of Freedom spaceship shooter, but this one you weren't underground or, you know, in a facility the whole time. But it was pretty good. I remember playing it on my dad's laptop when I was a kid, and they released a remastered version just a few years ago. So
Xander says I got stuck in AVP Classic a lot. I think the Colin, was it Mission 3 when you were in the atmosphere processor? That one I used to get turned around in that one quite a lot. That was cool.
yeah, I did manage to beat AVP 99.
Same, yeah.
Like all 3 species, but there were a few places where I had to figure out where I was going.
Ooh.
Lucy says, playing it directly, I'd advise against casting. Honestly, casting or streaming means you will lose quality. Oh, maybe I'll watch it on my monitor then. Or I could just bring my PC out to my living room and throw it on my TV.
Why don't you just put it on a hard drive and go and plug it onto your telly? That's what I do.
I've never done that with my TV.
Yeah, you can. Ooh, ow. You can play things directly onto most tellies.
I'll have to give that a shot. Gareth Joelnier says, play Terminal Velocity on our old school computers. They could barely handle the game. Yeah, it is an older one.
Okay, so I definitely overused the drones early on because I've run out of them. Alistair Ray says, any idea who the soldiers are in Alien Earth series? Are they Colonial Marines or Weyland-Yutani PMCs?
Neither.
Who do you think they are, Adam?
Oh, we know who they are.
They are certainly neither, aren't they?
Yeah.
So what's this bit here? Authorized.
Well, what did you think about that clip, Aaron?
I actually didn't hate it. I mean, I've seen a lot of people give it some stick when they freeze frame the suits and everything.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked seeing the alien actually demonstrate some strength. You know, when it lifted the captain off the floor. I was like, that's not something that we see very often. I mean, obviously the film. Oh fuck! Obviously the films have demonstrated some good strength from the aliens before, but I don't know. It's not one of those things that I always think about. So actually seeing it there, I was like, oh okay, yeah, that's right. The aliens are fucking strong.
Yeah, some people were saying it looked like it was like toying with its prey, and it was an interesting clip. I mean, seeing a new version of the Mother Room, yet very reminiscent of the Nostromo one, and having someone shelter in there. If you remember AVP 99, I think there was one point where you break into the Mother Room to get somebody, isn't there?
As an alien, I think you go in there to trash the joint.
Yep. But yeah, it was a spooky feeling scene, I thought, and the alien design is growing on me. I know people are ragging on the shorter back pipes, but I mean, Romulus had pretty short back pipes too, and I think this is just an aesthetic choice. You know, some are thinking, oh, this is the animal Xenomorph. I don't think so. I think this is just your regular adult standard Xenomorph, and the design happens to have smaller back pipes.
I actually don't mind the smaller bagpipes. I mean, there's some things I suppose to be said about the quality of the suit and the seams and everything, but you know, that's only because we sat there freeze framing it. I think the clip as we see it, you know, with all the strobe lighting and everything, looks pretty decent.
No Style Dutch asks, what did you think of the first version of the clip with the terrible commentary?
Look, we're sorry, that was all we could find.
Yes. We're sorry about that. That is the only capture we could find. For some reason, Disney removed just that bit from the investor stream, which was funny. It's like Bob Iger introduces it, but was someone like, no, we can't have a horror clip in our Disney stream or something? Like, what happened there? So it was removed after the fact, unfortunately.
Oh god. Oh god.
Man, you
Oh
got
god. Oh god.
everywhere in there. Jeez.
No. I'm gonna die. Oh my life. Okay. Fuck my life. Okay. Remember to remind me to save, Adam.
Okay. Save. I didn't know there was no autosave or anything. Is there a quick save?
It's an old game, Adam. It's an old game.
Yeah, but it should have a quick save where you just hit a button and it saves.
I didn't see one, but...
Go to the menu.
Fine.
Look for a quick save. Customize controls. Quick save. Yeah, there you go. F6.
Okay, F6. Remind me.
Just make sure to occasionally hit F6, but don't hit F9, because then you'll quick load.
Ah! Fuck's sake. Just wanted to see if there was any ammo in here. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that shit me up. Oh.
Alistair Ray says the Romulus design wasn't great. I don't know, I liked it personally.
Oh, I like Scorched a lot.
Christofferson says, do you think the alien Earth Xeno will show more personality or interest than the ones in Romulus that were just standing around and acting menacing? Yeah, I do wish they would have given Scorchy a bit more screen time and character. Like, I felt Grid got more character than Scorchy, which is a shame because I do like those individualized kind of Xenomorph characters.
Especially since they gave him the visual sort of identity. It's like, why wouldn't they give it more? And again, I say this as somebody who absolutely fucking loves Romulus. Lots of atmospheric echoing around.
But I never answered your question, Lucy, about how my weekend was. So it was good. I went to a comedy show of a stand-up comedian I've wanted to see for quite a while, actually. It's one of my favorites these days, Mr. Connor O'Malley. And that was a lot of fun. And
oh no, I'm out of
I went to a high school. It wasn't a reunion, it was a 20-year celebration. So it was all current and former students, and it was an old film charter high school I went to. And so it was really a bunch of creative misfits there. And it was a really cool time in my life, so it was wild to go back there and revisit that building. Have you done a high school reunion, Aaron? Or no?
Well, it's not really a thing over here, but...
Oh, it's not really a thing over there?
No, I mean, don't get me wrong, I went through a phase of seeing my old school friends a lot anyway.
They're warning you.
Ah.
Oh, man. Should have listened to their warning.
Yeah, well, I ran out of bloody ammo there. Okay. Should... Was it F9 in it? Yep. Okay, I spammed the drones way too much. No, sorry, that's what I was saying. Oh, yeah, so... no, I've done some kind of things like that in the past. I think we did one reunion as such, but we all used to regularly see each other anyway in some capacity.
kablooey.
Need to be careful with them. I mean, this is certainly a very wide map. You know, it's not a small maze. Can you hear the sound?
Just you mean the spooky ambient sounds in the background?
Well, the crying
and laughing and shit. Yeah. It's like the old comics where they're just so afraid and they've been hiding from aliens so long that they start to lose their minds and stuff.
I like it. I really like it. It's adding some good atmospherics. Oh shit. Oh.
Xenomorph Warrior says Scorch was great. I'd almost rather not have the other grown aliens in it. I kind of like the moment where you see there's a bunch of them and they arrive, but yeah, I would have liked a bit more Scorch screen time. Cosmic Incubation says I'm jealous. Connor O'Malley is hilarious. Yeah, I like his videos a lot. So when I saw he was coming here live, I was like, I am going. Christopherson says, would be awesome and intriguing if Alien Earth Xenomorph starts to evolve through the season and possibly in season 2, showing its evolution from a drone to possibly a Praetorian. Yeah, I don't know if we'll see that. I think we'll see some DNA reflex stuff eventually, but for anyone who thinks the alien that we've seen so far has been that, I don't think so. I think we'll see that later. Xenoplay says, Ridgetop, your high school's name is pretty cool. Seems fitting. Yeah, that really, I mean, I was already into movies and film, and that was a cool environment to learn more about that. It had its own soundstage and everything. It was an old, like, news studio that they converted into a charter high school.
Well, these warnings aren't helping them.
Lucy says, I picked up the Scorch figure. Great stuff. Yeah, I have mine still in the box. I've just been meaning to shoot an unboxing for it, for our channel. I know it's a little after the fact at this point, but I'm still going to do it.
Mine is sat on top of the shelf with the Alien Fireteam Elite figures.
Nice.
Thanks to Mr. Sean Mooney. He sent me that. I was kind enough to.
The figures he sent you?
Yeah. He got two because of that NECA fuck up. Where they sent everybody to.
Oh.
Does this do that?
And we recorded another podcast episode this weekend, which is an interview I've wanted to do for a long time, so just glad to finally get that done. And it'll be coupled with a new editorial I've been wanting to do for a long time. So look forward to that. Hopefully before Alien Day is what we're shooting for. Can you believe we're coming up on that again, Aaron? It's going to be April next week.
It has absolutely just flown around. It's ridiculous. Some wild physics in this mod. That's a box, cardboard box.
Okay. It's a bouncy cardboard box.
I haven't really used any of the flares in this yet, have I?
John 9000 says, hello AVPers, this is a PC or console game? Probably Doom. Yes, this is a Doom 2 mod. Xander House says, I hope there won't be any modern guns in Alien Earth.
God, me too. I freaking hope so.
We'll see. I mean...
Even. God, the aliens have got some right speed anyway. Ah! And some nice height on them. That's
Xenoplays asks, what are our Alien Day plans. Aaron, do we have any plans?
Not really this year, I'm afraid, because it's just snuck up on us again. And
Yeah.
like I said to you before, you know, I'm going to be putting a lot of focus on getting the concrete jungle stuff done. Which, speaking of, you need to check your messages and scroll back a little bit.
Okay, will do.
Still loads of flipping colonists somewhere for me to murder. Been down here yet?
Xander House says, not gonna lie, the clip has made me want to build a mother room. That would be interesting. Building a little mother room in your house. Would you want to do that, Aaron?
Oh god, yeah. Isn't was it Fred Nostromo did that? Built himself one of the terminals?
You got me.
This is some very old school level design as well. So I know it goes downstairs, but this is always dangerous.
Christofferson says, if rumors about the Predator Badlands predator hunting an alien creature on the planet it's set on, should the creature be one of the early monstrous designs of Jungle Hunter's early concept arts?
I would love it if they finally did that someday. Actually, you know, I know the EU's sort of co-opted them as the Amengi, and I would be absolutely fine with that becoming a theatrical thing.
I think Luis Nostromo is who was meant. Yeah, I know he's put together a little.
No, I didn't mean Luis Nostromo. I'm sure there's another guy called Fred Nostromo that.
Oh, okay. We got multiple Nostromos around. Mr. Nostromos.
Okay, I've hit the point where I'm lost now, or lost with what to do. Wait,
John 9000 says Hulu not in the Netherlands, no choice but Pirate Bay for Alien Earth. Do you not have Disney Plus over there? I imagine for countries without Hulu, it would just be on Disney Plus or Disney Star.
Yes,
whatever.
that it's all advertised for Disney Plus in the UK. We don't have Hulu. Oh, here we go. I've found my way.
Xenoplay says Concrete Jungle NECA review for the 20th. I've been thinking of getting myself a Scarface NECA Predator, but they are expensive, the ones that are still for sale.
Oh, I have a Scarface, actually.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I got one ages ago.
Oh.
Could
you sell it to me?
What the fuck?
Or do you want to hang on?
I don't have a stone heart, though.
I have a stone heart. So. Yeah, I wanted to do a photo of them together.
Ooh, shotgun.
Caleb says, cousins of John Sulaco.
Fucking, I love the explosions.
Yeah, they sound so meaty and chunky.
I'm not a criminal. It's for the good of mankind.
You're a criminal to the company, and that's the only authority that matters, Aaron.
No, I'm working on the company's behalf.
I thought these were all like company mercenaries.
No, so they're mercenaries of some variety and colonists. I'm trying to clear, remove them for evidence purposes.
Oh, I didn't know you yourself were the Utani operative.
Yeah, no, I'm the Utani operative.
Okay, so you're the bad guy.
I'm very much the bad guy. Once we've actually made some progress now.
Xenoplay says, I have to hop off, but have a great stream, guys. Thank you for joining us, Hunter. You take it easy.
No Star Dutch says, do you hate Hicks? Do you hate the name, actual name Yautja, or just the warrior code stuff that came with it? It's probably a little bit of association. So I hate the name because of all the honor code stuff. Because it just assumes the aliens sound quite stompy in this as well. Ah! Good lord. Okay.
We'll get you. We'll get you.
Elam says, damn, do I know, where do I know those guy on fire effects from? Blood? Yeah, I never played Blood. I think that was Monolith's first game? Or just one of their early games. I still want to try that. Murderers!
Yeah, have a satchel explosion to the face. I'm not a criminal. I'm a dedicated company man. Sizzy says that was quite the squawk.
Oh, you mean your sneeze?
No, I had a little yelp there, didn't I?
Oh.
One of the aliens surprised me. There's a lot of armor at the top of there from the looks of it.
No Style Dutch says, I almost forgot about the Predator vs. Spider-Man comic. I hope Craven the Hunter makes an appearance.
He is. He is in it. I think that was in the previews or the solicitation or something.
When does that start? Or did that start?
It's not started yet. I don't think it's until June or July time, maybe. Ooh,
Yeah.
he had a chest burster.
Everybody explodes into a bloody mess.
And he did too. Okay. Murderer. I'm quite looking forward to that one. You know, I don't think Black Panther was quite as good as Wolverine. We need to do a review on. There's too many things we need to do reviews on, and now especially because we want to do some discussion stuff. There's just too much. There's too much to do, Adam.
You rogue incursion, dude.
Yeah, I know as well. Well, I'd intended to do that this month, but then, you know, there's way too much.
We wrote a review for that, if you're curious, but we have been meaning to. I have really put off a video review, but I think we're also going to play it again since it's had some updates and changed some of the things we initially complained about. And I don't think we've tried it on the harder difficulties, so I think we're going to try and experience both of those and then finally do a podcast about it. And we do want to get the Servios guys on for.
Yeah, that's in the works as well. That is actively in the works. I think they're the last two mercenaries I need to kill. There we go. I've done the objective. Now.
Number 9 says, did you talk about the new upcoming DLC for PHG? I assume... Oh, PHG, Predator Hunting Grounds, right. For some reason I thought you were referring to Concrete Jungle. Probably because we were talking about Concrete Jungle. Yeah, they teased their next Predator for Hunting Grounds, which some are saying looks like a space jockey masks, and others
think it looks like a space jockey.
I think it looks like, I don't know, like an Aztec Predator or something.
I'm betting space jockey.
You think they're gonna go space jockey Predator?
Yeah, well, engineer, but you know, I think it looks very obviously like an engineer.
Okay. Don't forget to save, Aaron.
I think I'm exploring needlessly at the minute. I can just go to that APC. Okay, let's go. Let's not risk our life
But
for non-company directives.
Aaron, like, we haven't had a first-person shooter Alien game since Colonial Marines.
What do you think Rogue Incursion is?
Well, I mean, that's VR. That's kind of its own thing, you know. So, yeah, but
Oh, Adam.
that's more survival than an actual pure FPS. That's like calling Alien Isolation a first-person shooter, right? It's not. There's some elements of that in it, but it's not like this where that's what you're doing.
Let's take it. Adam, it's the cursed image.
I know they had to use that one. It's okay. It looks in this context.
Okay, we made it through mission 1. Beneath the skin. Okay. Now that we've commandeered the APC.
Artorius says, would we ever get to see an alien king? Saw some drawings online, looks scary as hell. Yeah, I have the big statue from Sideshow that I think Legacy collaborated with Sideshow on that one before Legacy actually got back into the franchise proper with Romulus.
Oh, balls, I wasted that. I didn't mean to do that.
Would you want to see a king alien?
No. I don't mind random rogues and stuff like that. But I mean, the king as he is presented in the comics, where he is like some, you know, hybrid abomination. I don't mind the idea of. I actually think he's a pretty decent concept, you know, as a ruler for a highly selectively bred and domesticized aliens. I thought as a concept that was really good. But introducing him into a proper life cycle or the proper lore, I wouldn't really be interested in. But that said, you know, the Sideshow statue is awesome. I have the Prodos Games unit as well, which is really cool. He's like stood on the fuselage of a dropship or something, and there's like little aliens coming out under the wreckage. I actually need to paint that. I've been painting a few more. I've been painting my Halo miniatures for the Halo tabletop game. So I was looking at some of the alien ones that I haven't done yet, and I was like,
yeah, start posting some of those.
Oh, I'm not very good. That's the problem. But the thing is, the aliens are actually quite simple to do because you just dry brush them with certain colours. So like the king I intended to dry brush with like a purple tone. I need to do the queen. I'd do her with a blue. I think some of my AVP aliens I did with silver.
Oh, there you go. Christopherson says, still no Predator Concrete Jungle retrospective podcast, huh? Did we forget about that anniversary, Aaron?
No, it's coming. We're going to be doing one. As well as a retrospective roundtable developer interview, as we have been doing over the last few years.
Yeah, we got more planned for Concrete Jungle than we do Alien Day.
Well, yeah. Honestly, though, mate, how fast has this year just disappeared? It's ridiculous.
Maybe for you.
Oh. Time is a loose concept for me at the minute, and it has been this decade.
I will say, in some contexts, yes.
Come on, mister. Ooh, it's a runner. Fuck. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Xenomorph Warrior says, I love the AVP Extinction one you did. Yeah, unfortunately, we never finished our Let's Play of that one. We are meaning to get back to that eventually, but talking with the developers for that game was an awesome episode. I really liked that.
Yeah, that was really fun, actually. Especially after all this time, you know, everybody's a bit more, I guess, not as guarded with the experiences. So, you know, actually hearing some honest and frank kind of takes on the experiences and on how the environment for game developers was back then is really interesting. I think there's some discussion about the king in the chat, isn't there? What folk been saying?
Caustic Viper says an alien king would most definitely have to be another experiment like from the comics. Wow, he's having a little episode down there.
I don't blame him. If I were trapped on a colony surrounded by aliens running around and a guy in a badass suit coming to kill me. Yo,
He's coughing, so does that mean he's infected?
Maybe. You know, I'm genuinely impressed with the atmospherics of this.
Yeah, for sure. It's really cool.
Would you want a king, Adam?
No, if I'd want one like in official media, I think that's better for expanded universe. Praetorian, sure. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a Praetorian. Though I don't think the concept really exists in the insect kingdom, though, does it?
Well, aliens aren't bugs, man. These things ain't bees, man.
Oh, you know they are inspired by. That's another episode I wanted to do. There's a chap on our board who is a scientist who specialises in insects and stuff. And I wanted to get him on to do a little episode on the insect influence.
I mean, there's some elements, sure, but
Oh,
insects don't have acid blood. They don't have lips.
You are I don't know where this sudden cope about them.
It's not. There's a lot of fans that don't like them.
No, I know there's a lot of fans
equated to bugs.
But you're bringing it up recently as seemingly come out of nowhere.
It's only come out of like more fans comparing them to bugs recently, I think.
For sake. Okay.
And it also might have something to do about Alien Earth, but thankfully, that is less of an issue than I thought it might be.
Oh, you meant because of the rumored tick?
No, something else. Something directly influential in the Xenomorph design.
Okay, yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, that kind of brought me back to the, no guys, don't do that. And thankfully I don't think they did.
I do find it interesting though. The bug.
Yeah, I mean,
connections.
there's some interesting parallels for sure, and like I fully acknowledge that. But at the end of the day, they're an alien species with acid blood, and they can't be categorized. It's like the people that call predator reptiles. It's like, guys, it has glowing green blood. It's from another planet. It's a humanoid. Like, no.
Well, it's
just because
it's
like
a
it doesn't even have
nice-
scaly skin if you look at it up close. Like,
It's a nice basis for certain traits. Did you watch that video I sent you the other day about the science of I put it in that staff group chat.
yeah, I'll check it out. I think the best signs of the alien thing I've ever seen was definitely Anchor Point essays, though. Like,
Oh yeah, Mike did a fantastic job on those.
that was awesome. Yeah.
Lovely guy as well, Mike Lynch. It's a shame he's not particularly active these days. Some dead bodies.
Caleb says ants have royal guards, don't they? I don't know. Do they?
That's why I asked the question. I'm not an insect specialist.
Jaja 9000 says game looks cool. Yeah, I think you've been enjoying playing this one, haven't you? Right?
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on?
Fuck it hell. That is what we could describe as going tits up. I do like this concept of them all having the different classes having different objectives.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Caustic Viper says, I just see Xenos as more chimeric than exclusively insectoid.
Oh, they're not insects. It's just, I think, trying to deny the insect influence is
oh, I don't,
is burying your head in the sand.
Deny it, but my point was like, people who are like, well, the alien rules should follow the insect rules or something when it comes to royal guards. I'm like, no. Why? They're xenomorphs.
It's just a nice basis for the way they can take certain things. In my opinion. You know, one of the strengths of them is, you know, it is a real thing. You know, the parasitic life cycle. Maybe things don't have acid blood, but they certainly have caustic or poisonous kind of secretions as defense mechanisms and stuff like that. Like I said, watch that video. You know, it talks about all the things that have basis in reality, which to the specific tuber was like, this makes them absolutely more terrifying to me, knowing that there's some level of realism in there.
I still think when you're comparing something to life on Earth, you have to keep in mind, like, we have no context for what life on other planets would be, and it could be something like, yeah, there could be some baseline life, you know, rules that something follows, but I think it's a silicone-based life form instead of a carbon-based life form. I think that's been established.
Well, that's something it talks about in that video. And it talks about the science of all that kind of stuff. And
at the end of the day, Aaron, I'm sorry to tell you this, but xenomorphs aren't real.
I mean, I never said they are. You're the one coping at the minute.
Actually, no, they are real. I was just kidding. They're out there somewhere.
I fucking hope not.
No Style Dutch says they're not bugs, they just share some similarities. Caleb says, big weird, some people are so against it when certain wasps' life cycle was always part of the original conception. Caleb says, though, yeah, I'm glad they didn't do, quote, that with the aliens in the show. Caleb says, though predators definitely are more reptilian than anything else, I do not agree. Christopherson says, I see Xenos as eldritch horrors of ancient biomechanical origins. Yeah, like I've always, like the biomechanical element is such an interesting aspect where it's like, are these a created race or did this just somehow happen because there's such a different life form? So that to me brings it to just a wholly unique life form that, yeah, while it may have a hive structure like some bigger insects do, and while they may be pretty single-minded in terms of just expanding the hive, I don't know. I always like the bit in Alien Resurrection where it doesn't, you know, it shows that aliens are smarter than maybe people give them credit for.
Well, I mean, they don't have to not have insectoid traits to be intelligent.
Yeah.
Although I do wish we'd see a lot more. I agree with you there. You know, I wish we'd see a lot more media where we were showing the aliens actually being intelligent. We were showing them being cunning. You know, that was one of the things I did actually quite like about Scorched. You know, even if it's just like a limited thing, you know, it demonstrates him learning with things like catching rain.
No Style Dutch says, what was that sound, Hicks? LOL. Did you do another Yelp there?
I did.
Okay.
I was surprised. You should hear me when I'm on the
The
On
beast
Rogue
is not
Incursion.
for Aaron. It still gets him.
Not quite to the same psychological level, I'm afraid to say. But Sarah says, I mean, were they so different in that way from the Borg? Well, the Borg were actually intended to be completely insectoid in their inception, until they went down the cybernetic route. But no, it doesn't make them any less scary.
Caustic Viper says, honestly, they do have hives and a caste structure like ants or wasps. Can't deny that. Yeah, that's true. That is an aspect that is similar.
And you really are on the heavy aliens aren't bugs train at the minute.
It's like, again, like I get the parallel aspects and initial inspirations, like with the wasp and everything, but at the end of the day, I think what makes them interesting for me is they can't be like, it's the same thing I didn't like about Covenant, right? Like, it explains the alien, it tries to explain the alien, where I'm like, no, it's just a mystery, we don't know. Like, it is alien, like, completely.
I don't think it takes anything away from them with them being a teeny bit more knowable.
Right.
I've always disagreed with that complaint of, oh, I didn't want the aliens explaining. Oh shit! I'm in a power loader. I've always disagreed with it. It's not that they get less scary when they're explained. It's that when it comes to Prometheus and when it comes to Covenant, it's that the explanation they gave us is not the one that any of us really wanted.
I guess I could elaborate. I don't mind, like, again, like I like the Anchor Point essays. I don't mind theorizing about the alien stuff, and the Weyland-Yutani archives book is really interesting in that regard. And I don't know, like, it's just a personal preference thing where, like, again, like, yes, I get the insectoid traits, I get there's some parallels there, but at the end of the day, they're a wholly unique organism that can't really be, like, categorized in the sense that we categorize Earth life.
But would you get uppity if they continued to base things on insectoid traits?
If they leaned into it too hard, like if it started to feel like Starship Troopers, then probably yeah, but Alien's never really done that in an official capacity.
They talked about the Covenant origins in the chat. I'm always quite.
They do show like bugs there in his lab.
Yeah, they were developed from a wasp, weren't they? Is what he's saying. I'm always quite conflicted about it because I very much like the Gothic themes. I like David as a sexually frustrated, neutered character in a Frankenstein thing. Because I feel like that in itself is entirely alien, you know, in the sexual themes. But him being and him as Giger, I think, is an interesting thought. But like the idea of it being created last week and it losing its kind of Lovecraftian vibe is hugely disappointing.
Yeah.
So that's why I always find it conflicting.
Yeah. Bison Soban says, Bilson Soban says, an emo android made them is just lazy junk.
Well, that's reductive, though. Don't you think that's reductive? Because there's a lot more theme and a lot more depth to David. Like I said, all the sexual stuff, the frustration. Him as Giger is perfect imagery, in my opinion. Tormented by nightmares and obsessed with reproduction.
I mean, to some extent, yeah. I do feel like he became not as nuanced as he was in Prometheus. I mean, I'm sure he's had an evolution living on that planet for 10 years, but
well, he didn't have to hide himself. That was the thing, and I think people don't appreciate that. You know, in Prometheus, he was subjugated. You know, he was a slave, and he's an absolutely psychotic bastard at the end of it all. But he doesn't have to hide his true contempt or anything at that point.
Yeah.
And I balls, I pressed the wrong button again. And I don't. I mean, personally speaking, I like him. I like him in both of the films. I know people don't like the overtness, or some people don't like the overtness. But I mean, that's just me.
Cosmic Incubation says, I've really come around more to Covenant over the years. Yeah, like as much as I rag on the prequels, I agree. Like, there's things about it I really enjoy. I like the dark stone kind of temple environment that it goes with. And it feels very gothic, you know? So, I dig that. Just like Romulus, I think we could have had a bit more screen time with the Xenomorphs. I think they were, like, quickly and easily dispatched of.
I'm a little lost.
Mike's Monsters. Happy Sunday, folks. Yeah, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
I feel like I shouldn't have got in this power loader.
Artorius says, did they really kill the Neil Blomkamp alien version for good? Yes, I would not expect that.
Ow. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Perhaps. I was like...
Did not save you from falling damage, or did you get shot there?
I got a shotgun. I wonder how much damage I actually took there. Okay, hang on. Let's try that again. Mitch says the power loader must have sneaky mode. It has very advanced hydraulics with mufflers around them to suppress any of the, you know, gas.
No Style Dutch says it's all because space didn't think audiences could relate to Elephant Man. I think District 9 is always a good counter to that argument. Man,
did you see how much? Did you see how much I lost? I want to know how much damage I'm getting.
There's got to be a way to make it down there without.
There is. I'm missing something. I mean, like I prefer Space's earlier versions over the finished film. 100%, I prefer Alien. Engineers or Alien 01 Genesis or what? Oh, that's how you get out of it. Okay. I 100% prefer that version of it, but I mean I agree. I agree on the, you know, the getting rid of the alienness of the space jockeys. And to be fair, you know, the aliens themselves had the same sort of rushed treatment that Covenant ultimately would as well. I wish they'd have just left the aliens out of both takes. I wish Covenant just focused on the Neomorphs. I wish Space's early drafts had just focused on the proto-aliens in those. But then again, it's, you know, it's all interesting alternatives and thought experiments and stuff like that.
Bilson Soban says, I don't really care about the meta-analysis as a substitute for story. Yeah, David is Giger. Great if you know Giger. It doesn't help the story of Prometheus or Covenant, especially since David was written as a bad apple from the get-go.
Well, it's like I said, you know, I'm always conflicted about it because I don't like those films getting rid of that Lovecraftian eldritch element to them. But I do find the meta contextual, you know, analysis interesting in David is Giga. I think it's fun.
Cosmic Incubation says, I'll take a big swing like Covenant over safe and the same, cough cough, Romulus.
Again, I disagree there.
And Mike's Monster says, I've come around to Covenant over the years too, just not too fond of the choices. I am of the personal belief that David found a recipe for the Xeno and is not the original creator. Yeah, so was the novelist.
Yeah, so Alan Dean Foster preferred that take. I prefer that take. I'm sure Adam prefers that take. I'm sure most of the fandom genuinely does prefer that take. Because I then also think it makes David a little bit more interesting there as well. Because I always thought I always thought it was weird that Scott would genuinely intend, and we know that's what Scott intended, but I thought it was weird he would genuinely intend that to be the direction he wanted to go, because when he'd talk about AI in the real world, you know, he'd be like, it can't be genuinely authentic because all it can work from is its inputs. So that's why I always found Scott thinking that was actual weird. And I do hope if he ever does get that chance to do his third film that he goes down that route. You know, he goes down this David is a liar, well, not a liar, David is mistaken.
Well, he kind of planted the seeds for that with him misquoting the poem.
Yeah. But you, again, it's all, the film intends for him to be the creator, you know, because it corrects him when he's wrong about things. It doesn't do that with the alien. But there's loads of fan theories and directions around it all that we can all go and hope for.
No Style Dutch says, watch Mike's Monsters video about Alien 5 to learn why you should be happy that Blomkamp's movie didn't get made. Yeah, that was a really good chronicling of events with the development of that one.
For piss sake.
Jeez.
That satchel is a beast.
But I guess Neil Blomkamp's doing a Starship Troopers reboot now?
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah.
His track record
it.
is not great,
Yeah.
let's be honest.
Well, I do think he's genuinely been unlucky with studios that have probably been flaky on him. But yeah, no, we'll when it starts filming, I will leave it.
Although, you know, I do hope it does happen. I love Starship Troopers, all forms of it. So I'd be very interested to see a more authentic take to the original novel.
Mike says, for me, the movie never personally states that David made the Xeno. It always felt like he found it through his time messing around.
He says it, Mike. He says, I created it. I think it's like I said, you know, we can all fan theory it, and that's all well and good because there is plenty of there's plenty of avenues, plenty of seeds, plenty of story beats and notes and stuff like that to give us these fan theories. I think you just need to be clear in your delineation of, I understand this is what the film says, this is what I want it to go in a different direction. People, it's interesting because this is such a passionate discussion for a lot of people as well, and it's with entertainment being so important to us all these days, it makes for some perhaps unnecessarily aggressive discussions. I'm fucking lost. I've not noticed any doors that I can't open. There's that window there.
Caustic Viper says, mimicry is the ultimate form of flattery. Androids always admired Xenos for their perfection. Maybe David wanted to make perfection too. Bilson Soban says, I hope Ridley Scott never makes another Alien movie and we get confirmation David just found it.
Me too.
Mike's Monster says, but because he's so messed up and egotistical, he truly believes he's a god, which is part of his downfall, even though he kind of wins in the end of Covenant.
Oh, well, he definitely wins at the end of Covenant.
Caleb says, I dislike that Alien Earth moved the timeline up so close to Alien because having it take place decades earlier at least meant it would have invalidated the idea of David as the creator.
Well, I mean, it's still... He said he's still kind of... Well, he didn't say he was going to ignore the prequels, did he? He just said they weren't useful to him.
Yeah. Well, he did specifically say, I prefer the alien as an ancient creature, which begs the question, okay.
I bet they just won't directly
what does that
address
mean you're doing with it?
the origins and stuff. What did they say in the trailer? On some distant moon.
Yep.
Could be LV-426.
Which, how would you feel about that if a ship before the
Oh,
Nostromo?
I really fucking hope it's not.
Yeah.
I really do. I'm kind of bored of. It's like the obsession with Ripley. You know, I'm bored of it. As much as I will go to bat for Covenant, for Romulus, you know, I do want to see a bit more originality. And that means in new characters that aren't associated with Ripley, in new planets and aliens that aren't LV-426. And something I meant to mention earlier when we were talking about the intelligence and stuff, was I know the DH Press books weren't terribly great, but one of them had a very interesting bit in it that I quite liked, which was Cauldron, where it had like an alien sort of messing with somebody's insides to make it sound like they were gasping or crying or calling out for help, and used it as a way to set up a trap, an ambush, and I love that. That's the kind of stuff I'd love to say. Alright, there's an E.
Bilston Soban says, hope you guys know I'm not intending to be aggressive towards you guys. This is just the franchise I grew up with, and I have strong opinions. Yeah, I think I didn't take it as you being that. It's just, and I understand that. Like, this is, for a lot of people, this is our main form of escapism, and it is something we grew up with. You know, it's been around longer than we have in a lot of cases. And so I can definitely get the passion about it. Honestly, I think the Alien fandom is pretty civil when it comes to discourse compared to some other fandoms. Am I right, Mike?
There is. My big problem is some arrogance or superiority complex sometimes. Oh, this is because obviously it's a bit more of a headier, more thematically relevant franchise. Right, Our Blind. This was actually dead easy to get to.
Mike's Meister says, well,
I think it always depends on moderation.
But yeah, I noticed in the South by Southwest experience, the code on the ship was 0426, and part of me thought, is that insinuating anything? Like that was where they went, or is that just Easter eggs?
That's just fun, isn't it? I can't imagine that's anything too serious. I mean, you can ask. Oh no, we're not talking to that guy, are we? Hey, those guys, are we?
Criminal!
That is cooler than coming out of the vents, breaking out of the vents.
Yeah.
Caleb says, yeah, what Hicks said, we're real smart. I know I'm a fucking dumbass, so...
Did you say some personalities in the fandom ... I think I know who you're referring to. But we'll keep it in.
Ah, what? The fuck was that? Fuck's sake. You didn't remind me to save, Adam. You didn't remind me to save.
Sorry, I reminded you earlier.
Did you say what you actually thought of that clip? I can't remember.
I thought it was cool. The alien design is definitely different, but it's growing on me. So I'm curious to see how, to fully get a sense of Weta's take on the adult Xenomorph. I know a lot of people have been like, mouth too low, bagpipes too small, but I don't know. From what I've seen, especially when it's animated and doing dynamic movements, it looks really cool. So I'm being open-minded about it. Like, it didn't initially catch me like the Romulus Xenomorph did, I think, but I don't hate it. Like, I don't think it looks bad. It's just really kind of different, you know.
I've always said I was quite worried about the show anyway. But I'm always willing to give these things a go at the end of the day. I am very welcome to be surprised. Oh, there's your answer. Somebody kept asking in the chat earlier. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to. Fucking hell.
Did that facehugger just tear him apart?
That gibbed him properly. Somebody was asking earlier, sorry, do the aliens and the human NPCs fight each other? Evidently, yes, and evidently the facehuggers are not interested in facehugging anybody other than me.
Bilson Soban says, I really hope that door code is insinuating a large reveal on Alien Day. I'm optimistic about Alien Earth. Yeah, I hope we get a bigger Alien Day this year. I think we will, compared
I'm
to
confident
the last couple.
And honestly, I think I would actually be genuinely disappointed if they didn't this year.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of expected it recently, but this year, I will be surprised and disappointed if they don't.
Yeah. More Reeboks, please.
Oh god, yes. Oh, no.
No Styles Up says, I agree with Hicks. There can be an elitism that isn't enjoyable in our fandom and a tendency to belittle those who approach new stuff with some optimism. Yeah, we've seen that on our forum sometimes where it's like, for how much you guys hate AVP on this AVP forum. But I think that's something you see in a lot of different fandoms, is people who are just overly critical and nothing is good with the old originals that you grew up with. Instead of like trying to find the good, and if you don't like something, you can still have an attitude about it where you try and be constructive, you know. But some things are genuinely terrible, and there's things that you and I will mock relentlessly that have been genuinely terrible.
I'm always welcome to be surprised, though. You know, Predators, I went into that absolutely expecting to hate that thing and be really disappointed by it. And, you know, for the longest time, that was one of my preferred things to watch. I really enjoyed it. And I still do, you know, I'm not oblivious to the flaws or anything, and the same goes for Romulus. I'm not oblivious to that film's flaws, but I do very much fucking enjoy it. It does. I think that's the same. Again, I don't want it to be like I'm tarring us with this unique brush. I think all these kind of things are a problem with fandoms in general. You know, there's a whole thing in Star Trek now with new Trek is not Trek and all that kind of bollocks. And while I think certain shows of the new era are not particularly enjoyable to me, I still give everything a go, and a lot of the new stuff I've really enjoyed. But there's a reason I don't really interact with many fandoms.
Speaking a bit more on the Alien Earth Xenomorph design, Calum says, I'm okay with the smaller pipes, but I do hope that the gigantic upper lip isn't as obvious when they show it most of the time. Bilson Soban says, I'm willing to give the new Xeno design a chance. One thing about the Xeno is the parasitic nature allows lots of tweaks. Mike's Monster said, did that facehugger just blow a guy up? Yeah, I think he did.
He was not interested in... Fuck me, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, do I need to go through that?
Probably got to shut the power off somehow.
I wonder if that thing I turned on here was... Nope, that was not that. Don't get me wrong though. I don't want to be like we're just bagging on everybody here. because I do love I love our board. I love our board members. For the most part, you know, I think everybody's quite respectful and does get on with each other. Because, you know, I will ban the dickheads that are dickheads.
Yeah, we try and keep things civil in our little corner. Kip says Prometheus and Covenant, for all their flaws, were a shot in the arm the series needed from a creative point of view, and at least tried to tackle some more interesting themes. I mean, Prometheus is still the most successful film in the franchise. I think you could make an argument that Covenant was, you know, kind of the wrong direction given its big box office drop, but I mean, people still went and saw it. People were still interested in Covenant when it came out.
Oh,
but
balls. Well, have you got those spreadsheets that I made up?
oh, for the box office stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I think it was Prometheus, then Alien, and then Alien Romulus as the most financially successful films when adjusted for inflation.
Oh, okay. So people definitely seem to vibe more with Romulus than Covenant. Or maybe Romulus had better timing. I don't know, but Romulus did really well. And that was trying to be more of a return to the old style of Alien compared to the prequels.
I think it has a lot more to say of its own identity than people give it credit for.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people call it the Force Awakens of
really
Alien, and I think that's selling it a bit short.
Selling it
even though,
short.
It was over-reliant on the callbacks, let's be honest, but
the thing is, when it was doing all its callbacks, for the most part, it span them off on its own original things. You know, the zero-G scene is obviously the Sentry scene, but I mean, that whole zero-G thing is entirely unique, and you've not really seen anything like that before. It might have been scripted, but it's never actually been realised, and that's fantastic. You know,
I guess you see the same arguments. Sorry, continue.
I was going to say, I mean, its characters they all have their own plights, and they're plights that are hugely relevant today and identifiable. You know, when I saw all those guys, I was like, yeah, I completely get this. You know, people that are born into circumstances, born into careers, born into situations, following family careers and all that kind of bullshit. I was like, yeah, this is a problem that we face. People fall into things like this through no fault or choice of their own, and it's like that 20-something blue collar kind of aspect of the first film, in my opinion.
And it's an interesting thing that Fede, like, a theme he does is youth trying to deal with a problem that's like wrecking their lives, kind of. And Don't Breathe was kind of the same thing. They were in a bad situation and they were trying to rob a guy's house to get out of the bad situation, and then they're in an even worse situation. So yeah, I don't think that was the issue. It was more visual callbacks and line callbacks. I mean, I think they even had a little marketing promo where they showed like old shots from the older movies and shots from the newer movies side by side to try and sell people on it or something. Like the Ripley shot, you know, coming out of the elevator and stuff like that. But
that is stuff I will always have a problem with myself. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm not oblivious to its flaws. I just very much enjoy them in spite of them, and that's exactly the same way I feel about Alien.
And people had the same thing about Predators too, which I
think
defend
is
that movie.
entirely
You defend that
overblown.
movie.
Yeah, this is a lie to call that thing a remake.
Yeah.
But I think that's a problem. That is a problem with probably today's filmmakers. You know, they want to do the things that got them interested in filmmaking in the first place. And I think it's a temptation people need to do a better job of resisting.
Well, sometimes they knock it out of the park. Like, look at Blade Runner 2049. Like, look at Mad Max Fury Road. I mean, that was the same director as the original, but a wholly unique and different film. So I definitely think, we got Prey after The Predator. You can always... Like, it's rare that a franchise is too far gone to really bring back. Even something like The Terminator. Like, I still believe a good Terminator movie could be done.
Don't you think it's worth giving up on that yet?
Maybe, but I don't know. They made a really good video game recently.
I heard good things about the anime, but I didn't make it far into it myself.
I didn't make it very far either. Mike's Monster says the normies loved Romulus. Anyone who I talk to who isn't a diehard fan like us always gush about how much they loved the movie. It hit the right mark for general audiences. Mike's Monsters also says, I truly believe if Romulus came out in the 90s, it would have been one of the biggest films of that decade. People would have eaten it.
I think it's more than just the normies. I mean, obviously it was a very generally successful film, but it was also successful within the fandom. It's one of those things, as it always is, where it's the vocal minority.
I will say I do feel Prey hit that balance between pleasing hardcore fans and general audiences a little bit better. Romulus probably leaned more towards general audiences than hardcore fans, but there was still a lot that hardcore fans liked. I'm sure there were a ton of fans like myself that saw the movie more than a few times in theaters. So, to me, that's always a tricky balance to strike, especially if the franchise hasn't been around for a few years in, like, the theaters. And at the end of the day, I do think Romulus did what it needed to do. The franchise is in a... Wow, that's a fast one. Is in a much better spot than it was. Jeez.
Fuck my life, okay. Whew. But again, when it comes to Prey, though, I still always see lots of people ragging on that as well. But I mean,
but is it really lots? Like
you
look at
Facebook in particular.
Yeah, but that's a hellscape, dude.
We know that, but that is also the primary place for discourse these days. Pissant. The primary place for discourse.
No Style Dutch says fandoms hate general audiences too, even though they pay the bills and keep the lights on. That is kind of true. Yeah.
I love both. I don't think Alien is in any danger. You know, Covenant, yes, might not have broke the bank like Prometheus did, and Prometheus might have been divisive in its own very much ways. But The Predator legitimately damaged Predator as a brand, and Prey saved it. Romulus has been a massive success for Alien, and we just got to hope Fede took the right lessons from it and fixes what the fandom doesn't like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the series is going to be another interesting aspect as well, seeing how that goes over.
Yeah, I'm quite curious to see how Alien does in the long form storytelling, because I think it can do well. I think it really can, but you know, like I've said in the past, I have my own worries about what we know about the show.
Caleb says, yeah, I think Prey did a better job of appealing to both groups, even though Romulus was still mostly loved by both too. Xander says, I love Romulus, it's one of my favorites.
Damn right, mate.
Caustic Viper says, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, you know, I've always said I can never pick a favourite between Aliens, and Alien 3. It's just dependent on my mood, and I add Romulus into that count now. I can't pick a favourite. It just depends what I'm in the mood for.
Caustic Viper says, a fandom that doesn't try new things in the franchise are at risk of stagnation. Sometimes you gotta take the good with the bad. Yeah. I agree. It's like, at the end of the day, say what you will about the Jurassic World films, right? Like, for me, they were all disappointing, but that was a franchise that was dormant for, like, almost 15 years at that point, and now it's huge again and very active. I mean, that does go to, I don't know, maybe the question of, like, well, should we be making good movies or building a franchise here, you know? So, I do think, ideally, you do both. But yeah, I mean, for that, it's exciting for me to see a new creative team, and I have hopes that the next one will be good. But it is cool to see the franchise alive again, and as Alien fans, our experience goes beyond just the movies. A lot of people read the books, and buy merchandise, and play video games, so it's the franchise being in a good state, I think, is important for that. And objectively, Romulus put it in a better state.
Oh, piss off. Piss right off.
Mike's Monster says some fandoms are active because of corporate involvement, though, too. Universal has really been pushing Jurassic. Yeah. I mean, they lost a director because they had a really fast timetable on this new one, and they wanted exactly what they wanted, and Gareth Edwards was willing to do it for him. Bilson Soban says making good movies builds franchises. Yep,
Damn right.
that's true. Sometimes, though, I mean, didn't Blade Runner 2049, oh jeez, not do super well in
No, it
theaters?
didn't do well at all.
I mean, we're still getting a TV series, so that's cool, but
My fucking
I guess
God.
we're getting a TV series because of how well the movie's reputation is, and
Yes, it was
probably
certainly
did better on home video.
It was certainly a critically successful film. Come on, let me just fucking. I'm gonna have a big rumpy in a second.
Who's Nick? Hello, hello, welcome. Says, hey guys, when is Covenant 2? You really want that one.
I don't
should
know.
call
I
it
don't
that,
know
too.
if he genuinely wants one or if he's just being a griefer. Nick, are you being serious or are you being a wind-up merchant?
Mike's Monster says, having worked at Bandai, I saw firsthand how a company's involvement with a franchise can sway the narrative of fandom. Are they that insidious, Mike?
Oh, I know I can fucking get over there. Come on. I've done it.
This is some intense platforming.
I always hated environmental puzzles. Like, it was one of the things about Doom Eternal that frustrated me.
This is like some Tomb Raider shit here.
There we go. Told you. I told you I could make it.
Who's Nick says, yeah, I mean, I would like to see a conclusion to that Covenant stuff. I mean, you're not the only one. We, the guy who we interviewed on the podcast yesterday would also like to see a conclusion to the prequels, and oh wow, that was quite a death scream. It did get left on a pretty big cliffhanger, so regardless of how divisive the prequels may be, I don't fault anyone for wanting a conclusion, and in fact, I want one too, maybe for different reasons. But
Okay, that is not a good.
they really did not take the splash damage into account when they gave those things to you.
Suck my fire, you bastards.
Mike's Monster says it's not necessarily insidious, but if a company wants something to be popular, they can make it so.
Come on, give me some more help. I'm desperate for some help. side, eh? Okay, this side. Yeah, you're damn right I'm a murderer. I'm a murderer of people that try and kill me in this game. It's self-defense. I don't it was self-defense.
Everything's trying to kill you in this game.
Everybody's just jealous of my fucking suit. They're like, who's this guy rocking this sophisticated anti-xenomorph armor?
Zero Cool's Fantasy Props and Collectibles says Covenant is not great music, etc. I don't know. Music was one of the things I liked about it.
I love Jed Kurzel's score in that. That's one of the ones I listen to a lot.
Did you prefer the score for Covenant or Romulus more?
Romulus.
Yeah.
My favourite were Romulus, Covenant, and Alien 3. Those are the scores I listen to most. And Alien Trilogy.
You know, I heard a rumor, I don't know the truth behind this, but that Brian Tyler was doing the score for Badlands? I can't remember where I saw that rumor. But given he did AVPR, I would love that. Oh, you know what? No. The rumor is he's doing the new Jurassic World film, I think.
Okay, you're just mixing it with franchises.
Yeah. But regardless, Brian Tyler's done some good stuff.
Yeah, I got some listen out of Requiem. I mean, that was a best of kind of mashup a lot of the time. But I got a lot of enjoyment out of it.
Caleb says it's not necessarily Insidious, but it is The Conjuring.
Okay.
Oh man, Caleb.
Okay,
Yeah, always the best with those. Never stop. Yeah, I do wonder who's gonna do the score for Badlands, if they'll bring Sarah Sachner back. Or...
I loved her score for Prey as well.
Yeah.
So enjoyable.
Lucy says, I think the score for Romulus was very weak. Was it Benjamin Wallfish did that one?
Yeah. I didn't. I enjoyed it a lot.
Oh yeah, we saw a little snippet of them recording the score for Alien Earth, so we do know who the composer's going to be for Earth.
Yeah. I can't remember who it is.
But it sounded good. I think we broke the news on that actually.
Yeah. Can you remember who it
around
was?
And found their Instagram post. I could look it up real quick.
Oh, I'm lost again.
Lost again.
Lost again.
Jeff Russo.
Jeff
Russo
the Star Trek guy.
Yeah, Alien Earth. He also did Legion and Fargo. So, Noah Hawley likes to work with who he likes to work with, because I think same cinematographer who did Fargo is doing it.
That makes sense. You know, these people form collaborators, groups of collaborators that they like to continue to work with. Makes absolute sense.
No Style Dutch says the original Predator score is great. I agree.
Indeed.
Alan Silvestri did an awesome job on both 1 and 2. And even if it was somewhat reminiscent, I did love the score for Predators, you know.
I don't have that many people left to get. Where are they? Where are they?
Who's Nick says, when is Predators 2? Well, that was at one point going to be a thing. I don't think that'll ever be happening now. But we interviewed the guy that was
One of
working
the
on that,
writers.
right?
We interviewed one of the writers. Because he was the one, we were the people that got that news about the info about the sequel. And then everybody, you know, scream rants all ran
And
their
then there was
pieces.
apparently a third one that we didn't know about.
Well, there wasn't really much, because I asked him about it, remember?
Yeah.
And you
Oh yeah,
included,
that was
you
more the other
included the
writers
comments.
thing. Yeah.
But no, it wasn't so much, it was more the other guy's thing, it was that they didn't really talk about it that much.
Did we originally break the news on the Die Hard in Space sequel?
Yes, that was all that was all from our interview.
Mike DeLeonardo Jr. says, when is the next community play?
It's
Has
next
Greg
week, isn't
scheduled
it?
that one?
Yeah, I think it's next week.
Is it next week? It's, which one is it?
AVP 2.
Oh, okay.
So, we've already been through here. Oh, I'm lost. I'm so lost. It's like I was saying to you, you know, about older games. It's easy to get lost. And I'm only looking for people to kill.
Oh, it was yesterday? The community play was yesterday?
Was it?
It was just Xenomorph Warrior and stuff going. We gotta promote these things more.
Well, we need to post them on the friggin' Facebook pages.
But yeah, I think we will get a more sizable Alien Day. I expect a couple game announcements, honestly. I expect Fireteam Elite 2 and the Isolation remaster.
I don't know. I don't know if I expect both, but I expect one.
One or the other.
Yeah. 'Cause they might still be letting. Rogue Incursion breathe.
I don't know. It's been a while at this point.
Oh, it's only been a couple of months. Well, 4 months.
But I mean, I could see them announcing it. I mean, it's not like it would be out immediately.
Okay, so this is that bit there. Alright, where was that water bit? Can I shoot that open? Did I try to shoot that open before?
Who's Nick says Fireteam Elite. Fireteam 2 needs 4-player co-op. I believe the design documents said they were
It was still
continuing with
3.
the
Yeah.
3 thing.
It's still
Which
such
I
a
kinda like it.
random number.
Yeah, but it's, I don't know, it's unique. Because, yeah, a lot of squad-based shooters are 4.
Yeah, I'm completely lost now.
Caustic Viper says, I hope we get more news for Isolation 2. I wouldn't expect anything for that, but if we did, I would maybe think it would just be a little teaser video where it's like, hey guys, Creative Assembly, hard at work at Isolation 2, and here's a little tease of a tiny bit of concept art or something. Like, that's the most I think we would get, if anything. It's like Doom, where you just see yourself moving when you're on the map.
Yeah, I'm just so lost at this point. red door there. I don't want to go through that fire.
Oh, can we rate the... Is there glass to your left?
Yeah, I couldn't shoot it through it. No, now the map won't come back up. Is there a limited fucking... Alright, so I need to get back up there.
It's a labyrinth.
These old games were.
Caleb says, yeah, devs looking at computer screens and saying how excited they are to be working on this is the most I'd imagine we'd see of Isolation 2, yep. Gilson Soban says, are they bringing back Alistair Hope for Alien Isolation 2? He did an amazing job with Alien Isolation. Yeah, he's the director for the second game as well.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I knew we opened a door somewhere.
Who's Nick says Predator animated film soon. Wasn't it first quarter of the year? I don't think they ever said when. Other than it would be before Badlands.
Well, we still haven't had an actual announcement for it yet.
Yeah, it was just mentioned during an interview with Steve Aspel. Caleb says probably late-ish summer after Alien Earth, I'd imagine. Yeah. So are we thinking Alien Earth is going to be early summer then? Because I know some have thought like San Diego Comic-Con would be the third.
When does summer start in America?
Well, unofficially, I think it starts Memorial Day, but officially it's like mid-June is the summer solstice. Like
I think
mid-June to mid-September.
I think July, August time is probably reasonable.
Even though I would say May is still like unofficially considered summer, even if it's technically spring. We're getting some May guesses here. I don't know if it'll be quite that soon. Maybe. And I do wonder if they're going to release it one episode at a time, or if it'll be all at once. Because if it's one episode at a time, then I could see them starting earlier and still promoting it with the ship crash thing.
I want them to do it as a weekly thing. You know, I kind of... You know, on the one hand, I'll be impatient that I have to wait and all that kind of stuff. But there's something to be said for the days of when we used to discuss how a plot was progressing and theories and all that kind of stuff. Okay.
You didn't even give him a warning.
I've got everybody. All witness find the evacuation route. Okay. Fucking hell, Adam, we've at least achieved the objectives. I wanted to finish a second mission before.
Yeah, you gotta at least finish the mission. Then we can call it for today.
Yeah, once I've found my exit route.
Okay, so yes. Milton Soban says the season runs from third week of June to third week of September. Summer for movies runs Memorial Day weekend to Labor Day weekend. Yeah, I would say that's the case. No Style Dutch says Hulu and Disney usually go weekly.
Sorry, they usually go with what?
Usually go with weekly episodes for Hulu and Disney.
It's been driving, so I'm really enjoying Reacher at the minute, and that's been weekly. It's driving me crazy because, you know, I want to watch more. But it's been nice to, you know, Thursday is an event day now in the house. exit's there. Okay, let's go kill this guy. Come on,
Gwip says, we got any Alien Day news? Not yet, but thankfully less than a month to go, I think. Or maybe a little more.
I hope there is some good releases this year. Yeah. Fucking done it! We've done it!
Woo!
That was kind of painful there towards the end. That took 45 minutes, that one mission. Okay.
I am really impressed, though. Like, bravo.
And, you know, that's 8 missions. Sorry, 8 missions that this guy has done. 4 different player classes, each with their own objectives. Whether that also means there's their own... you know, there's differences within their escape routes, all that kind of stuff. I don't know at this point, but no, that is genuinely a well put together fan game, fan TC, and then it's not the only one. You know, there is the trilogy one that this is built upon. There's other Alien TCs and stuff. I think this looks as good as it does is because of it having ripped the trilogy assets and he's using a TC that did that, because some of the that I've seen are not as graphically as impressive as this, but then again, you know, I couldn't do any fucking better. and I know people do that with like you know, the Unreal and what's the other one, Unreal and Unity. You know, those things.
Unity is a big one.
Those things people rip assets from the official games and use them, which I do not blame people for in the slightest, in the absolute slightest.
But I think that's going to do it for us today, folks. So thank you for joining us during this live stream. Appreciate your patience while we were figuring some things out in the beginning, but I think this one has been... oh, did you already end it?
I've closed the game, but the stream's still going.
Oh, okay.
We're just
you ended it. You ended it on... I was confused. You ended it on Discord.
Oh, sorry. That's because I closed the game now.
But yeah, thank you for joining us, everybody. You can always find us on our website.
It was nice to play something different. And I'd like to do more of these kind of things, whether we're just playing custom campaigns on AVP2 when, you know, you get that stable. You know, I did a couple of Windy Bites. I'm never sure how to pronounce his name. I did a couple of Windies on AVP2, you know, when I was streaming on my own, and there's still plenty more campaigns to do on AVP2. There's custom missions for AVP Classic. The AVP Unknown guys have been doing those recently, to be honest. That was not something we've seen until relatively recently. They've done an Alien trilogy mission for that game. They've done some... Oh, I'm blanking on them now, but they've done a bunch. They've done a good handful. The Jaguar. They recreated the Jaguar first mission.
I need to check that out because that sounds cool.
And to be fair, we could play the Jaguar as well. You know, that is...
Did we ever get the co-op figured out?
Well, no, not the co-op version, but we can play single player emulated. You know, I made a decent chunk into that a good couple of years ago on one of the emulators. I think it's on what did we use?
Isn't there a more recent version of Comic Book Adventure as well? Because I kind of got stuck at one part.
You started playing that, didn't you?
Yeah, but I got stuck at a part where there was like a progress breaking thing.
I don't remember.
And I think you looked it up and found there was a more recent version. But yeah, we do like playing these obscure older titles or these fan games, and we have more planned. We'll probably be doing some Concrete Jungle live plays as well, I imagine.
Yeah. I was thinking of live playing some of my first playthrough. Well, I say first playthroughs. Some of my practice sessions for getting ready for the retrospective and prep for the interview and what have you.
Yeah.
But then I also wanted to focus on the story, so I was kind of like no to that. But if you're cool with that, we can start doing some playthroughs of that if you want to do some.
And we'll get another Predator before too long, as we were saying with Hunting Ground, so I'm sure we'll have another stream for that coming up as well. But it's been really fun doing these weekly live streams, and again, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us and interacting here. It's always good to chat on our Sundays.
Indeed. And I do like that we've actually been very consistent with them lately. And I like that I love that there's so many of you guys and girls out there that are regularly showing up to chat to us. It's very much appreciated. I hate nothing more than putting into effort into things where I don't feel like I'm doing it for anybody. But you all showing up on Sundays and talking to us and engaging with us is obvious proof that this isn't being done for nobody. So we love you all.
You don't have the thanks for watching scene, Aaron?
I don't think I do. I think I only have be right back. Yeah, I only have be right back and starting soon.
All right, I will send that over. But we got some interesting podcasts coming up.
Oh, there'll be one tomorrow.
Okay.
Black, White and Blood review will be going up tomorrow. The Patreons had it a week early, and that'll be going up for general audiences tomorrow. I'm already working on the final pass of our next one, which is the marketing discussion with poster artist Matt Ferguson. We've recorded an interview with the creative team behind Aliens What If. We just recorded that interview yesterday. I don't know if you want to tease that at all, Adam. But we've got another one we're recording on Tuesday as well. I'm arranging our retrospective roundtable with the Concrete Jungle guys, and we've also got our retrospective discussion to do on that one.
A lot on the plate.
Yeah. Okay. Do you wanna see us out?
Yeah. So you can always catch us on our main hub of activity, avpgalaxy.net. We are also on all the major socials: Facebook, X, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky. We also have a Steam group and a Discord group, so you can find folks to chat with there.
Discord links in the description of this video. I added it today.
Nice. And a big thank you, as usual, to our Patreon supporters. If you'd like to support what we do here at AVP Galaxy, check out patreon.com/AVP Galaxy. As Aaron mentioned, a new perk is you get all the podcast episodes just a little bit early whenever they are ready to go. So that is a nice new perk if you are interested.
Indeed. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. It's been Corporal Hicks.
And Ridgetop.